What's up? Hello? Mic check. Actually, it's my first time I'm streaming, so need to verify if everyone is understanding what I'm saying. And hello? Yeah, I think we should do it a little mic check. Actually, it's my first time I'm streaming, so need to verify if everyone is understanding what I'm saying. So, welcome back. So this live stream is intended to be like a Q&A, question and answer live. The purpose of it is to interact with you guys. So if you have any questions about the crypto market, yeah, now you see the XRP chart here. Why? Because I wanted to do a little overview of it, and yeah, that's why. But if you have any question regardless of any crypto or some questions you have about it, just let me know. Just let me know and we will see. So yeah, like I said, this is the first time I am live here. The goal is actually just to provide knowledge, just to show or to give you an incentive of how I see the markets. To let you know a little bit about me, I am 25 years young. I'm coming from Luxembourg. I'm doing this now. I am in the finances in trading, let's say, for 4 years now. As you can hear, my English is not the best one, but I think as long as you understand what I'm talking about, this is the most important. And of course, the more I talk, the better I will get. So this is not an obstacle for me. If I'm saying things wrong or the wrong way, just let me know, and then I can improve together with you. That's the goal. So actually, the last weeks was a little bit exhausting. That's why I'm also not in my best vibration, but yeah, every time I want to start a live, there's a thought that says to me, no, you're not in the best shape to do this, but at the end I think the best way to do it is to just do it, and yeah, this is why I choose to. So I'm just waiting for a few minutes to see if there's anyone entering. Let's do it. Nobody saw this, okay? Nobody saw this. But actually, yeah, this is also the point I want to talk with you today. Everybody is so excited to make money. Everybody is so sure um, that the cryptos are going up. But I'm concerned about a lot of people thinking that the market is gonna surge, um, because I think what is very important in this market is, like most of the people know, the power is not in the hands of the retail investor. So what everyone wants to look for is a possibility to understand how the big guys in this space are thinking. So basically, the most money they make is by doing the exact opposite of the retail investor. Most people say, but yes, there are a lot of unaware people in this space, so they are just trading, hoping to make money. But there is something I realized. Let's say the big institutions that move the market, they are not there to confuse those who don't know, who don't understand the market. They used to confuse those who know the market and who know when to buy and when to sell, when it's overpriced, when it's underpriced, when there is a buying zone, a selling zone. So the biggest psychological thing you have to understand behind is, if big sharks or whales want to sell their positions, there need to be buyers to buy those positions. Otherwise, they cannot sell it. So there's a need that yeah, man. Welcome to the chat, Anmol. You're right. You're right. But we have to observe where this week the weekly candle close will actually close. So to answer your question, you're right, but it's relative. So if now a certain price, the candle is closed above or under, it will give us the needed confirmation to take action based on that. So for now, I can just take a little overview of what you're saying. So I think what you're talking about is like this obvious uptrend that got broke to the downside. So it was one time here and the second time here. Here it is a better confirmation of breaking the trend than here. Okay, so now here, after let's say from 29th October 2020 until the 14th April 2021, we were respecting plus minus this trend line here. Okay, but a few days ago we broke it, we retested, we came back lower, and we broke the previous low. Not significantly, but this is actually enough so that the setup can change. Let's say. So for me, what is important to observe is, can this candle here, can this big candle, weekly candle, close above this trend line? And if not, if it does not close us here, we can see a little bit pull back and go higher. So there are two main levels I'm focusing on. Why I'm focusing on this area is because for 9 weeks actually we couldn't break. This was 1 week, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are now in the 11th week. So for 11 weeks we couldn't really break this price. So now we have to consider or we have to observe what it does at the price level here. So we go back in the daily. So now here we can see some price resistance in this area. Can he break this area? Can he break this trend line? We are most likely to gonna see all-time highs, okay? But as long as this level here is not, as long as this level here is not broken, actually it is a big resistance at 46,915. So if it can close above this trend line and this price here, we can most likely see a Bitcoin, let's say between 70 and 80k. Okay, but actually here you can see an exhaustion phase. So here the volatility was there, the market just pushed higher and did small corrections in it, but nothing significantly. So after this push here to come back over the trend line, this is a little bit like an exhausting phase because it wants to go higher, but there's pressure from the sellers and the buyers saw this. So I think the buyers are now struggling to get over this price. This does not mean that it cannot break the price, but this just means that here now in this whole area between, let's say, 57,548 and 65,093 is a very, very big resistance level. Can we break this? We will see Bitcoin at 70, 80k in my opinion. Just to notice, everything I'm talking about here is just for educational purposes. I'm not an investment advisor. This is, like I said, just for entertainment and educational purposes only. So yeah, it would be a very dumb idea to make investments based on what I say. But yeah, like I said, this zone here is very important to observe now. If we can get a push above this trend line, above this high here, we can see Bitcoin higher. But if this level here is our resistance and we get back lower, we break this low here, okay, at 4702, we can most likely see a Bitcoin correcting, as you said, Anmol. So in this case, how strong could be the down move? Let's say around the area of 30k. And this is based on Fibonacci numbers, so this is nothing I'm taking out of the air, but it is actually Fibonacci sequences that tell me how strong a move can actually be when you have already a setup. A setup is needed, a 0 AB. If you have a 0 AB and the B can break the A, you have an active sequence. So in this case, I'm just telling you, if this price level here 47018 gets break, we can most likely see Bitcoin correct back to 30k. And if you zoom a little bit out and you take the Fibonacci retracement tool and you take it to the upside until the top, you can see we have here a big buying zone, okay? So why do I say here is a big buying zone? I use this Fibonacci retracement, this one here. You can find it here on the toolbar, Fib retracement. The Fib retracement tool is meant to being able to calculate corrections. So you know the market is moving in impulses and corrections, and every time an impulse is created, which is the leading indicator short term or long term, depends if it is macro or not, but actually it is to calculate how much an impulse can correct, so that we can find another interesting entry to participate in the uptrend. So every time a market goes higher and indicates a new direction, it needs to come back down to get more buyers in, because let's say now Bitcoin at $47,800, it is not so attractive anymore as it was at 10k. Okay, so this is all I want to say. This is why a market is going up and down all the time, even if it is an uptrend or a downtrend. But you need to understand that moves are created in the psychological manner, that if you buy something cheap and you capitalize on it when it goes up, and you sell it because you know, one, you made money, two, the price is high or too high or overpriced. So now you bet or you speculate that the price will go down, so that you can get a reliable price of what you actually buy, so that it is not overpriced when you buy it. So you want to have actually you want to buy something. The best case scenario is to buy something underpriced, or actually at a good price, at the, let's say, moving average. And if something is overpriced and there's FOMO and there are a lot of news coming about the cryptocurrency, the digital innovation and stuff like that, and you see big banks coming to the media and telling that they are involving and that they are integrating Bitcoin onto their balance sheet and stuff, you need to understand that these are institutes, banks and corporations that owned Bitcoin when it was $200. So now they want to capitalize on it. So never be fooled by a bunch of, let's say, market makers that just want your liquidity to sell their positions. And this is often what happens. The retail investor doesn't get in here when it's undervalued. The retail investor or the newcomer doesn't invest here because they think it's a bubble and they think it's gonna come down. But actually, when it is a bubble, they start they want to make money also, and they see, okay, it's working, I need to enter now, when it's overpriced. So, and this is also what happened when it corrects, let's say a 30%. If you enter it here, and this is Bitcoin, okay, this is not like the most volatility, but you lost like 18%, okay, you made 100k, you invested, you lost $18,000 in like 3 days, okay. So it is extremely, extremely important to understand that if you invest now, you are not in the first wagon, you are not in the first train, okay? You are in the last train. So you need to understand that people now want to take their profits, okay? A little bit or a lot. I don't say that, but actually, I'm here in this space since 4 years, and I most likely am willing to take profits in the near future. Not a big amount. Let's say like 5%, okay? But I have big positions, so the main goal is also to one day take your money out this market and to use it for whatever you want, you know. Um, because a lot of people, let's say 90 to 95% of the people earn actually money in this game, but let's say 5% of all the people actually also take money out of the market and can say I made this profit, okay? Because you just see the profits on your wallets, and you see your portfolio, you say, oh, I'm up 50k, I'm up 100k, but this is actually on your portfolio. As long as you don't um, change it in fiat currency tomorrow, let's say tomorrow, or in one year, or in 1 week, or in 1 month, potentially your portfolio could have just half as much value as it has now, or doubled or tripled the amount it has now. So I always say, as long as you don't take profits, you didn't really won, and as long as you don't sell your positions, you didn't really lost, you know. So this is a very important thing for me. Got some I do price action, been backtesting for weeks. I need a better way to place a stop out of the way. Well, for me, MACD on BTC is very important. There is bullish strength at the moment. I don't want to sell until it's broken. Um, yeah, as you see, I just use exponential moving averages and volume. Why? Um, because I understand overall market structures. So I actually don't use indicators. Just those three, like moving averages. I like it, and of course the volume. What I sometimes use also is volume profiles, like fixed range or session volume. But for now, this is not important. So in this case, what I wanted to say is, in the next few days and weeks, we need to observe what Bitcoin does, and if Bitcoin is losing dominance or not. Because yesterday, I think, wait, I think yesterday we were at oh shit. Yeah, 50.15%, but actually I think it was at 47. Yeah, 48.9, and Ethereum 14.9. So you can actually see that Bitcoin is losing dominance. So this could be an indicator for this could be an indicator to tell us that there could be an alt season coming through very soon, okay? But as long as we don't see these correlations decorrelate, we need to be very careful on what BTC is doing, okay? Because if the market tanks, if there is a correction coming, you need to understand that even if Bitcoin corrects now, it can correct 40, let's say 50, 60%. okay? If it does the correction, if it doesn't break the trend line and the old highs, okay? If it can't break these two or three prices, we most likely will see a drop back down to 47k or at least 50k, okay? So now we are really in a situation where we don't know really where it will go, because the downside potential is as big as the upside. I would even say the downside potential is bigger than the upside, okay? For me, there is just one reason why we could push the Bitcoin higher, and this is because of the retail investor FOMOing in right now, and all these big institutions just tell themselves, okay, if there is the FOMO, we just use it to push the price higher again and then sell them off, okay? So you never need to lose your reality, okay? You always need to be harmonized about such situations. Me and my friends and my business partners, what I tell them all the time is, you want to be placed, you want to be in a situation where if the market tanks, you are happy because you can buy a lot cheaper. And when the market goes up, you still have exposure. So this is a place you want to be. You don't want to have 100% of your capital in it, and if it goes down, you lose 50%. And you don't want to take it all out if it goes 500% that you are not in anymore. So these are the two scenarios. So I like to have, like, let's say 20-25% cash reserves on the sidelines. So if the market tanks, I can happily buy back again. Okay, sorry. But at the moment, the Bitcoin chart is very, very important, because whatever Bitcoin does, it can affect the whole market, okay? And okay, if we see here also Ethereum broke a new all-time high, okay? But we need to actually take a look at the weekly candles. Right, the monthly, let's say. Because okay, we came up, we tested back under, we look, this is a little bit the same scenario that I told you with BTC. Can we break with a weekly or monthly this price? Here it is the all-time high, but let's say it's the old high, okay? The monthly candle broke through majorly, but it came back in the same month under this, and then the next monthly broke through it and made a candle close significantly over it. So if you go lower, you can see this move here, and you you cannot forget such scenarios, okay? 65% downside. So what if there is someone that can explain to me why this could not happen in this market, and I see a reason why, then okay. But otherwise, look where it can go. Why we cannot just retest and back another time after it takes off to a few 100k? And this is likely the last time we could see Bitcoin at such prices, you know, Ethereum, Bitcoin, every coin. But you need to pay attention to what Bitcoin does. If you see this here now, you can actually observe that during BTC was correcting yesterday, this up move here, actually before Bitcoin did it, look here, it was, let's say, 6 p.m. my time, 29th April. So here, let's say here, 6 p.m. my time. So Bitcoin was actually correcting further down than here XRP. And this told me when I saw this pattern here, I was like, okay, if it is reacting here and Bitcoin is going further down, it is a little bit decorrelating itself. And it did it. Because if you see here, Bitcoin actually came further down, let's say until here, okay? And we at the same time we was holding strong here, okay? And then pushing up before BTC pushed up, because this run here was actually when Ripple took off, and this one here is actually when XRP started to consolidate, okay? So what I see here now is, because if something short term doesn't make sense anymore, you have to go out in the chart. Yes, you can, of course. Of course you can. Even if you have some ideas or questions, or it is my first stream. It is my first live stream, so I would love to get some help. So ask questions, help me to improve, and I think in the next months we will have a lot of things to laugh here, especially with the market going crazy right now. So would love to see you guys make money with me. So Monday Dala, I actually don't know if you are still looking at the stream. What was actually your question again? Can you teach volume structure analysis? I need a better way to place MACD's moving average convenience divergence. Yeah, bro, but listen, my educator 4 years ago, he told me one thing. He said to me, look, if you are able to read a market, you don't need indicators. So if you really can read a price action of a market, you see there is volume coming in or not. You see there is a moving average that tells you where the price should be short term. So with these three things, for me, it's enough to have an idea where the market will go in the near future. So I actually don't even know this MACD's moving average convergence divergence. I can understand what it is about, but yeah, like I said, my educator told me two things. He said to me, if you really want to understand the market, don't use indicators, because it will actually make it more difficult to understand the structures, because you're focusing on, is it overpriced, is it underpriced, etc. Okay, so you can also see if a price is overpriced or underpriced just by looking on the chart. Okay, you don't need a MACD, or you don't need all this stuff, but this doesn't mean if you use it and you like it to not use it. I just say that I don't use it, and this is why I cannot teach you how to use these indicators, because I don't use it. So, but what I can explain to you is how you use volume. Do you mind if I send the trading? I use volume like volume profiles, let's say session volume, okay? But I will just go quick over it, okay? Because this is not so important, I would say. So here you have the volumes per session, per day, okay? So you have 6 hours, you have one, two, three, 4 candles, okay? In one day of 6 hours. If you go further down, you can actually here observe where in the day the most volume came in. And often this can represent after it worked, let's say after it reacted at a volume price, it can indicate a resistance or a support, okay? And it can tell you an average of where a lot of money, liquidity was flowing in. So here on the top you see number of rows, and then you see those 3 numbers, the blue, the yellow and the black. The black is the blue and the yellow combined, and this is the buying positions and these are the selling positions. So if you go now here, you will see that there's 31 million long and 54 million short, okay? So most likely here the volume tells us that there is, here was more today people shorting than people putting longs or buying, okay? But if you go to yesterday, on the volume here you can see 174 million long and 91 short. And how you saw yesterday, long and short, it consolidated here and it came back up. So now it's coming back to the MACD. Now it's what I'm talking about. Now it's coming back to the moving average exponential 20. This is actually the 9 close. So what I expect is it can come down to test this 21 close, and this will also be a back retest on this high, okay? So for short term I would consider this as an opportunity, and but for now I'm honest with you, if you didn't buy XRP at low prices, I am not the person telling you to jump in right now, because it's very expensive, you know. Like it's maybe not expensive in comparison to where it will go in the next 12 months, 24 months, but at the actual price, at the actual moment, it is not very interesting. I would more trying to catch the $1 range, okay? Because as long as we don't break this price here, okay, the 1.96, if we don't break this price, this zone here, this buying zone I showed you before, as long this high is not broken, this buying zone is still active. So it can even go there and come back down and then shoot, you know. So this is what you need to hold in your mind. Don't just see the upside. Don't just see money, 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 you know. You also need to be realistic, okay? Here's so much money made. Don't be over realistic, okay? So yeah, thank you. I have a lot more to show, but yeah, it's not so. Look, the problem is I don't try to go too far, you know. But the purpose is to make you see the market the same way I see, and to learn you how to use those tools in combination to get there, you know. Because I actually just use these tools here: Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci extension, my rectangles to define my zones, my Elliott correction wave, because I look, this is mind-blowing. If you take the extension level of this ABC here, you have the 200 extension here, okay? So this is where I shorted. So you can actually see that this move here indicated us the target here. And what does it did? People told me, yeah, this makes no sense how this goes up. But if you pay close attention, you see that actually the power that was accumulated here in the low price area was actually telling us that there is a potential up move until 196, okay? And if you go closer, you see that it's not lying, okay? This is really working. Why is it working? It is working because it is nature. And Fibonacci numbers, I don't know if you know Fibonacci numbers or not, but one thing I can tell you is that those Fibonacci numbers is one way to explain how the nature creates itself, okay? This is like the core energy, the quantum field that brings every plant, every human being, every how we say that, every being with life in it creates itself. A bacteria or a human, it doesn't matter. It creates itself in a way that we can interpret it as Fibonacci numbers. So you have also this golden number. The golden number is actually, they found this number, if you divide a certain Fibonacci number by the number before it, you get at an average price of 1.618. And if you take a close look here, I do it again, okay? A 0, A, B. And then you have here the 100%, and you have the 1.618. This is the golden number of the Fibonacci sequence, okay? And then you have the 2.618. This is actually just the double of this number, okay? So this is 1.618, 2.618, okay? And often in cryptocurrency, in forex market, I learned that this is the level to observe. But here in the crypto space, I realized that often, even 60% of the time, when a market runs, it runs at least, or let's say, I observe this point every time, the 1.618, but I'm aware of that if there is enough volatility, we can hit easily this 2.618, okay? So these are not numbers I'm taking from anywhere, but these are Fibonacci numbers. And if you want to understand what that is, you just go on YouTube and then you put Fibonacci numbers, and you will have, or put Fibonacci numbers in nature, and you will see how flowers grow and stuff, that there are everywhere Fibonacci numbers, okay? Like a plant or a flower, the leaves, the number of leaves of a flower is always a Fibonacci number. So it's 3, 5, 8. You will never see. This is why they also tell this, I don't know the word in English. Anyway, this flower who gives you luck with these 4 leaves, and they say this is something that brings luck because it doesn't exist actually, because the nature is built on Fibonacci numbers. So it is 1 or 3 or 5 or 8 or 12, 13. So if this is not the case, then they say this is something extra, or I don't know how to say it, but you understand. So this is also how I find my levels here. All these levels, every single level I draw on a chart is based on logic. It's not based on, oh, I think that. This is all based on Fibonacci numbers. Okay, so you don't need to trust me, you need to trust nature. Okay, and this is what is so euphoric, and this is what I like so much about this yeah, I would say system, because it's a combination of how to use tools to actually get there. But yeah, it is crazy how you can represent nature, because humans are nature, and how they think is nature. So human behavior and human psychology is comparable with Fibonacci numbers. Okay, everything is the same. It are all fractals in different dimensions. So, oh, sometimes I forget to look at the chart. Chart delay about 10 minutes. Maybe put video on the phone so you can have immediate update. How do you mean? Is there something not working? Just let me know if there is something not working. Yeah, sorry, but yeah. Actually, I stopped smoking for 3 years, and yeah, a bad habit came, and I started again. But I'm looking forward to leave it forever and never coming back. We don't need this shit. We don't need it, so. Yeah, but the problem is with on my phone it doesn't work. I need to have a streaming software to make a video display capture, you know. Oh, for messages. But actually, I am on my stream on my MacBook, and I stream via my PC. So, okay, this is weird. I need to get used to it, man. Sorry. Shit. If someone is there and knows something about these softwares, I know the charts, but I'm really awful in everything that's PC and software and yeah, cables, and I'm not. That's not my specialty. So if you can help me, I am grateful for that. Actually, what is very cool also with this tool is if you have these ABC corrections, actually with this tool you can calculate the potential power of the move. So in this case we had this 0, 1 AB, and the extension C, the 1.618 was here, okay? But actually we came down further and we just not touched the 0.618, but actually it are 2% for me. It is reached. So let's say these two sequences here are reached. So is there any other potential downside for this pair here for XRP? I think not. The only reason why it can break or could break this buying zone to the downside is because of Bitcoin. Okay, so you need to observe Bitcoin and then all good. So now what I would like to see here is, as you know, you need to create bullish structure to break new highs. So it's all good. Okay. Overall, to break new highs, you need structure. So there are two things to get in your head, let's say like that. You cannot enter, or you should not enter a market when it is already moving. You should always just buy a market when it is going down, okay? And you should sell a market when it is going up, and not otherwise, okay? So for now we don't want to buy XRP. If you are really impatient to buy XRP, you have two potential short-term entries, okay? So this line here I draw yesterday because I wanted to see if it can break this line, and it got, yeah, it broke it very fast, so I can take it away. So for now, if I, let's say in my place, I see two things. We broke this here, this zone. So we made a new high, let's say in comparison to this high here, okay? We broke it. So what I want to see now is a push back above this high here, so that we can come to this high here, 174.3, and after this 174.3 is just this level, 185, that is actually holding us back to make new highs, okay? So what we want to observe now is looking if it makes a correction, because look, if it can correct this move now here, okay, we would create another ABC, because now we just have this, okay, but we need a B to create a C. I don't say it will happen, but what I say is you have to be prepared it to happen, because even if now we are still high in prices comparison, because I bought here at 15 cents, 20 cents euro, in euro. I bought here, 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 I sold there, I sold there, I bought here, I bought here, and I sold now yesterday a position here at 40, just to take some profit in $45. So I took profit, yeah, here. But actually I just took some profit to protect myself in case the market or Bitcoin tanks, that I have some money positions on the side to get back in cheaper and accumulate more coins than I have right now. If it goes up, I make a lot of money. If it comes down, I can buy even more XRP. And if it goes up, I'm a really happy person, you know? Yeah, God bless us. So, this is like the short-term scenario for me, 4 hours, 1 hour. We can see if it breaks here this low, and I speculated on it that it doesn't break it here. Let's say, okay, let's make it like that so it's more accurate. We want to see if it can hold this line. If it can hold it, I personally think they want to make the investor think that it corrects, okay? But this is speculation, okay? This is not something you should take advice on. This is just something I see, because here we have an down target, potential down target, that comes back to our consolidation here, okay? So this can indicate us if it comes back down, is this structure, this consolidation it created yesterday strong enough to push the price back higher? If it doesn't, it just tells us that we need back here a 1.339 to 1.26, 1.13. So never be you need to be patient, okay? You don't want to enter a market because you think you will lose the next move, you will don't get the next move, because a market always comes down few times, okay? Because the big sharks want to make money. And how does we make money in the market? We bring new people in and we take their money, okay? So this is why I am prepared for a Bitcoin going down, because there are a lot of sharks that made money right now and they want to take profits. They not just want to take profits. You have to understand this. It is not just about taking profits. It is about being aware that the market is overvalued, and if a market is overvalued, it just makes sense to sell, okay? Because if it tanks, let's say you sell, I use now 50% of your positions, okay? You bought Bitcoin at $200. We are at 60,000 now. You sell half of your positions. If it tanks 30 to 50%. Imagine how much more Bitcoin you will get. And this is how the big guys are thinking. They don't say, oh, I need to take profit because it's overvalued. They know they take profit to buy back cheaper. This is how crises and why crises are created, to expand the economy and to wreck the investors, okay? Imagine the day where Soros announced that the British dollar, the British pound was overvalued, and the price is it's too high and stuff. And what does it did? The market tanked because everyone listened to that news, and who bought back up all the cheap pounds? Soros. So he made the news. He said Bitcoin, let's say, okay, he say Bitcoin is bullshit, or Bitcoin is going to zero, or Bitcoin is not good for the climate and for our climate change and agenda and stuff. So with those news, they are just doing one thing: confusing the investor. The investor gets uncertain. He is selling his positions because he made money and he saw that not so good news are coming through the media. So they sell their positions with profit. And then when the market tanks and all those new investors, those new retail investors that came in a bubble, those people will lose if they sell their positions. If they are able to hold a position in such markets, in such big corrections, they are always winner. But what makes the difference between the person that sells when he loses 50% of his investment and the person who buys back again cheaper when it corrected 50%? Which one of those two guys are you? Because if you are thinking long term here, you want to buy back cheaper if it goes down. If you are here for the short term, for the fast money, you will get wrecked. Okay? I'm in this market now for 3-4 years. Let's say 4 years. I made good money in the last bull run, but I lost everything again because I was afraid to take profits. Okay? I thought, oh no, it's gonna go higher, and I will not profit from that. At the end, all my profit was gone. I was even in drawdown. Okay? And then for 3 years I accumulated back again. And then it just rose one time. It just rise one time, like 5x, 10x, 20x. And you just made 10 times your money. I just made 10 times the money I was losing back then. So yes, this is something you need to pay attention about, and you want to be patient, because if you are not patient, you will hate yourself, believe me. So is there any other question? Is there something, a market you want to see, or is there any question? Can I help in any way? I have a lot to say, but I prefer to interact, you know. And by the way, those who want to know where I'm from, I'm born and I live in Luxembourg. It is a very, very, very small country. They say it's the heart of Europe because it's really between Belgium, Germany, and France. So we are a very, very, very small country, um, but very proud. We have a good life here. Yes, and the economics are very innovated here. We are strong in the markets. We help a lot of people, and yeah, that's also my mission. Because even even if I do nothing all day and I'm waiting for my positions to get there where I want them to be, I don't need to work any day longer in my life. But this is not my purpose. I want to work, but I want to do whatever I want. I don't want to do or work something I don't want. Of course, there are things you don't want to do, but they will help you to being able to handle the shit you want to get to. So sometimes you have uncomfortable situations in the way you want to go, but I didn't want to say that I don't want to work anymore or stuff like that, but I want to do what I love to do. And if I want to spend 10 hours a day helping people to achieve their goals in the market, I want to do this, you know. I don't want to do something else. And this is just how I work. My mind sometimes is not easy to understand, but often I put myself under pressure to perform, and this is what I like. So I like pressure. I like involvement. I like development and getting better every day. And if it's just 0.01%, make this times 365. Ah, le meilleur pays. My little brother. Peace, man. Actually, here in Luxembourg, we speak 4 languages. My mother language is Luxembourgish. Then the first language I learned in school was German. Then 2 years after, French. And very later on, we learned English. And actually, yeah, 1.5 year uh, after I dropped out from school, so my English wasn't taught in school. I teached myself English through YouTube, through motivational videos, through podcasts, through yeah stuff like that. So podcasts, through yeah stuff like that. So hmm. Actually, it would be nice to put some background music here. I don't know how this works, guys. Local file. Okay, no. Or maybe. I don't know, guys. I'm lost. Hmm. Let's see if we can get more people on it here. We are 5 viewers now. Let's get it to 10, man. Let's get it to 10. The more people get in, the more I will provide. And in a way of time, like now I will stream for I think for another 1-2 hours or another hour. But if we can get like 1,000 viewers here on the stream, I will make like 8 to 10 hours live sessions. Or even now, let's say I will make sessions like London session, New York session. I will try to use one session for a live stream. And then we can improve. We can do so much things. We can analyze markets together, trading, because now it's more about investing and finding the right prices, knowing a little bit how to see the structures of the market, how to be patient, how to stay with your mindset on it, you know. This project I like also, Algorand. Look, it can go up, but if it doesn't breaks the price here, this is what I told you before with Bitcoin and XRP. If we can't break the high here, we can come back to the buying zone here, okay? And if I take now the retracement level of it, this is ridiculously precise, okay? 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . 。 . 。 . 。 . . 。 . . . 。 . . 。 . . 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 So here you have different numbers. This just means 0, 100. These are percentages, okay? The impulse from 0 to 100%. And then the correction is 38.2%, 50%, 61.8, 66.7, 78.6% correction. And what we want to observe is when it hits our buying zone between 50% correction and 60.7, 66.7. And this is what I told you before. It can correct very fast back down to the buying zone and then just go up. But those scenarios have to be prepared for, okay? And if you see here, okay? So, like I told you before, nothing on this chart is just drawn on it without any logical explanation, okay? 2.618, 1.618 to 200, okay? What is XML? You mean XLM or XML? Shit. Does this exist? Bro, you mean XLM? I hope so. Because if it is XML, I think I don't saw it. If you're talking about XLM, yes, of course I believe in XLM. Of course, how can we not? How can we not? Actually, for me, those who, let's say, love XRP should love XLM too. I understand the battles between XRP and XLM, but at the end, yeah, in my opinion, you shouldn't see it like that. Sure, XLM, my T9. What do you mean, T9? Anyway, I will do a little analyze for you. Yeah, let's take this away. So, actually, look at this. This is, wow. This is not a candle. This here is a big gap. Okay. Yeah, this is crazy. If it does this again, oh my gosh. I don't think so, but never say never. So, what do we see here? We see a bottom. We see a bottom at 2.5 cents. And we see a top at 50 cents. We saw a top at 50 cents. So everything I'm starting, and how I say that, everything I am starting and analyzing a market is on the top or on the bottom, okay? Because you cannot just starting and analyze like here, you know. you need to get this big perspective on where the market were last year, because this one here, this thing here is one cycle, okay? This is one cycle. So we just could see another huge cycle here, okay? So for this perspective here now, I see that we broke our highs, okay? One time we came back down, we created a sequence, and a second time. So we broke our old high here, okay? Not significantly, but we broke it. We made even a candle close, daily candle close, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 candles we closed above that price, okay? So after that, after we broke that price, we had here this sequence that was reached, okay? As you see, between 1.618 and 200, 2.00, we turned back again. So this sequence here is achieved, okay? So now we want to see a correction of the sequence. In this case it was here, okay? But actually we broke this. But what was really important is, could we hold this line here, okay? So we had here, let's say we would have put a trade here. Let's say you entered in the middle of it. So in this case, you could have been entered here, and your stop loss, you would have placed them under the zero, under the 0.786, okay? And as you see here, we had our stop loss at 0.358. So our stop loss didn't go triggered, okay? So sometimes it is dangerous to just put it just under the 0.786. In the forex market, your stop loss, you would have put them here, okay? But due to the volatility of the market, you would even want to place it here. So this is a 30% drawdown. So now you need to calculate the position you want to enter, so that this 30% here is a maximum of 3% in your account, okay? So in this case, this scenario here would get you a risk reward ratio of 5.2. That means you can, your take profit target is 4 times bigger than what you are risking, okay? And this should be all the time at least a risk reward of a risk reward of 1 to 3. Yeah, a risk reward ratio 3.0 at least, okay? So you can make take profit 3 times bigger than your stop loss, or you can lose just 1/3 of what you can actually win in that trade. So I would say this is very important. No, I don't know, actually. I don't know, Nigas, but if you give me like the, how we say that, the short term of it, I can research it and maybe take a look on it. I'm open to everything, so. But what I wanted to tell you, in this trade you can earn, like, let's say your target is, it is just an example, okay? So let's say here you can make 130%, and to make 130 you risk 30. So you have 100% more to gain than to lose, okay? So in this case, the best thing you could have made is putting it under the bottom here, okay? And even now, even until a risk ratio of 3, so you just need to calculate the size of your positions. So let's take it back to 30%. So in this case, okay, in this case, you need just, you just use 10% of your capital, okay? And if those 10% of your capital lose 30%, you lost 3%, okay? So now the idea is, if you make 10 trades, okay, and you have a risk reward of, let's say 4, okay, like we have here, you have a risk reward ratio of 4.0. This means if in a trade you want to risk $25 to make 100, this would be a ratio of 4.0. In that case, if you now place 10 trades and 7 of those trades trigger your stop loss, this would mean that you lost 7 times 25, okay? 7 times 25 makes 175. So now after 7 trades you are 179 euro in drawdown. The next 3 trades of those 10, you achieve your target of $100. So now you made 300 bucks. Now you take those 300 minus those 175 and you will be $125 in profit by just actually having 3 trades of 10 right and 7 of 10 wrong. So you don't need to be better than the market. You just need a risk management and a system that allows you to lose more often than win. But even if you lose more than you win, you're actually making profits. And this is the rule behind it. Bonne journée. Okay, what would you suggest instead of? Yes, I will do the theta buying zone, but I am trying to understand um, Monday Dala. Yeah, bro, but this was just an explanation, bro. You tell me help, but really probably means your win ratio will be below 33. Therefore, you will lose money unless you test it. I am telling you that even if you have a win ratio under 33%, you can be even profitable with less than 30% accuracy. Okay? So I can tell you with this system to just win 2 trades out of 10 and even be profitable. So this is relative, bro. 1-to-1 risk ratio. Yeah, bro. Now I'm a little bit concerned. You know? Maybe I thought you would maybe give me a good explanation, but yeah, I will stick with what I said because I tested all these strategies, and yeah, I'm doing this now for 5 years. I lost almost 100K trading, so yeah, but bro, if you lose 10 trades, you need to ask yourself the question if you understand the market, you know? Because if out of 10 trades you lose 10, you're miserable, man. A second, I come back. Huh? It's coming, it's moving low. Yeah, but bro, the the point is this. Let's say we do it like you said. Where do you enter a market when there's a ratio 1-on-1, 1-on-1? Yeah, this is what I tell you. The probability. You can also make a risk ratio of 1-on-1 and have 10 trades going to your stop loss. But if you have 10 trades going to your stop loss, you need over 10 trades in profit to be at break even again. And otherwise, you lose the same money, but you'd need just 4 winning trades instead of 12. Okay? This is the big difference. So I will go to the Theta chart now. Tether. This is unbelievable. Fuck off. Oh my god. I actually didn't took this opportunity. And I knew it. I was too focused on other things. Yeah, bro. I understand what you want to say, but yeah, I lost a lot of money like that. I enter like between 1 and 5 trades a week, not 10 trades a day. You know. I think intraday trading is for master traders. This is nothing I suggest for beginners. So even even if you are investing in crypto, there is so much volatility that you can use the same psychology than in intraday trading. So 2.618 hit correction. Bro, I understood you. I understood you, man. Don't worry. But actually, I have a lot of people telling me such things, but at the end, it our results, you know. It our results that count, and yeah, in my opinion, I never saw a system that's as powerful as the system I learned, and I paid a lot of money because people think good information is for free, and this is not true. This is not true. Good information is not for free. Even if I give you the information now here, just be grateful because the knowledge I accumulated, I paid like $600 a month, okay, over the past few years. So I really got mentored by billionaires and how they think of the market and those strategies and those risk rewards I use is from people like that, you know. So, but bro, if you win, if you win, if you take profit constantly with how you do it, bro, just stick to it, man. Just stick to it. At the end, there is just one thing that is important, and this is to make money, you know. So if you find a way to see the market how you see it and it works, I'm glad, bro. I don't want to tell you this is wrong or not. It works or it works not. So if it works for you, I'm happy. For me, it didn't work. So if it works for you, just stick to it, man. And if there is a day coming where you realize that it's maybe not working so well anymore, don't be close-minded to change. Never marry your opinion, man. because you will learn by listening, not by talking. Let's get more viewers here. I want to take this to another level. Why I say this, you maybe think, yeah, bro, but you actually just started your life. But what you don't know is that what I'm doing here now, I'm doing for 4 years with hundreds of people, okay, in private Zoom calls and stuff like that. So I spent at least 2-3 thousand hours on the chart and overlooked everything I could, how I could see it, and how, yeah, it's the best way to get it, you know. So for now, what is important for us is to again see how further down this chart can come. So I don't know if you see it, but here is the 1.618. Okay, I could even do it like that. So you have the 1.618. Let's say when a market runs up, you can often use this 2.618, but in market corrections, 95% of the time it reacts at the 1.618. Okay, so this is sometimes also interesting to see when does a market, when it does an ABC, like let's say this now would be an A, B, C. Okay, so let's say zones like this can also tell you when the market is coming up back again to reaccumulate sellers or buyers in another setup. Mm. What I see here is very clear. We activated the sequence here. We finished the sequence 1, 2, 200 extension, 3, 4, 5 backtest, candle close at the 50, and then came back up again. So what we want to see now is that it breaks this level here, okay, this previous resistance here when there was a lot of volatility. Okay, so we need to break the price of 12.60. After that we have 12, let's say 12.95, 12, let's say 13. 13 is a bigger resistance also. Okay, so like I said, we need to look what Bitcoin is doing, because if Bitcoin is correcting, I think the whole market will correct, because if we come in a utility bull run that will last, let's say 12-24 months, this would mean that now we are in a speculative bull run, and the speculative bull run is created by people that speculate on the utility bull run. So they enter previous to they speculate that the utility bull run is about to come. Okay, so because a utility bull run, in every utility bull run until now, Bitcoin pushed like over 10,000%. Okay, 100x. So until now we didn't even made like 20% of that. Okay, so for me, what is happening now is a speculative bull run, and what I'm prepared for is when the speculative bull run gets corrected before the utility bull run starts, and we can see a Bitcoin above 100, 200, 300k. This is most likely possible. Okay, and I just don't want to be 100% cashed in when the market corrects. If you are in and it corrects, you need to hold strong and hold your assets. But if you have cash positions on the sidelines, don't put them right now, because you want to have better prices. Even if it goes up now, there are two questions you need to ask yourself. Are you too late? And do you want to buy so high? So that's your choice. Yeah, that's right, man. That's right. Yeah, bro. Uh, I see you talk from experience, but let's push more positive energy in here because people don't want to see the difficulties of learning it, but they want to see how they can learn it. So actually, I'm happy to see that you already got your levels, that you already learned about your personal emotional intelligence. Because at the end of the day, it is not about understanding the markets; it is about understanding yourself. And if you understand yourself, you can control yourself and be patient in the right moments and be impatient in the right moments. So I think everything comes with that. Um, yeah, I'm going to eat now because my family is waiting, and I will maybe tune in back in a few hours. So I'm happy with my first live. Um, Excited for what's to come, but um, for sure, I will continue and will stick to this until we build a big community because this is my goal. I don't want to win alone. I want to win in a team and in a community. Yeah, swing trading. If you want to swing trade, just observe to get in at cheap prices. So if you aren't in now, it is extremely dangerous to put your money now in. So we corrected, and if you didn't board at the correction, I suggest you to observe what the market does. Okay, because at the start of the life, at the start of the life, you I explained about Bitcoin. So all these altcoin projects, if we can get an altcoin season now, then it would be nice because if Bitcoin tanks and this would start an altcoin bull run, this would be perfect. But if it isn't the case, and think about it, all the big guys, all the big institutions that are coming in right now, do they want to buy at these prices? No, they don't. They want to sell at these prices and buy back cheaper. So I have people asking me, yeah, bro, but do you tell me now that I should sold my positions? No, I don't tell you to sell your positions. I gave you the advice that you need or that you should have some cash on the side if it tanks, because you don't want to be 1, 2, 3 weeks in front of your screen crying when it comes back to your price you bought at. But if it tanks, you want to be excited to get the best price, to accumulate more coins. And this is what we want, okay? We want a long term perspective. We want the XRP. We want the Tether at $100. We want the XRP at $12. We want that. Everyone wants that. And this is the problem. If everyone wants it and everyone thinks it's gonna happen, what do you think the big guys that make money will do if they see all the small guys coming with their money in the market, buying the positions overpriced? Who are gonna sell these positions? Which are the person that give you the Bitcoin at 60,000? Think about it. Think about it. So I appreciate you guys. I'm really happy that we got over 5 viewers during the whole time. I appreciate you guys. If you want, subscribe to my channel. In the near future, the 2 videos that are already uploaded are not official videos. These are Zoom calls I recorded with Matty GTV, and just I just uploaded them to just give people some incentives and some value. So yes, I would love if you subscribe, if you can help me to reach a certain amount of subscribers, because the more subscribers I have, the more time I can spend on it to so that we can come far together. That's it. Yeah, that's actually a great idea with the replay button. But yeah, I wish you all luck. I hope we can do money in the next